If your first reaction to hearing men are trash is not all men, not me, you are missing the forest for the trees.
Really? Do explain.
Now, either literally millions of women are lying about their experiences with men for no reason, or it's time to accept that there might be a problem with men.
Well, indeed. There is a problem out there with some men. That is the key word that a lot of individuals like to leave out of this particular conversation, is the word some, because it's so much easier just to generalize everyone than to actually focus on those individuals that are really the problem.
And I know that accepting that there is a problem with men and violence means that if you do care about the state of the world, and if you do care about protecting the women that you say you want to protect, that it might mean you actually have to do something or say something.
And a lot of men, believe it or not, actually do something or say something, but yet they're still just seen as guilty as every other man, because it's all men, right?
Just not being part of the problem doesn't make you part of the solution. So ask yourself, who are you protecting? The Brotherhood? What brotherhood are we talking about? Because based on what I'm seeing from all these masculine influencers, they're ready to kill and eat you at the slightest bit of provocation.
It's almost as if that was an excellent example of the behaviors of some men. Again, they keep leaving out that word.
Men are out here claiming that they want to be protectors of women, but they will not protect women from themselves.
I would almost be willing to bet that someone that I could mention probably considers themselves to be an ardent male feminist. Yet, ironically, I'm not seeing how that's the case, because they're not acting in the way in which a true feminist would be. Because feminism, after all, is about equality and equal treatment and fairness. Yet they're tolerating the unfair treatment of an entire population of people, men, based on the actions of some of those members of that group. Not very feminist-minded, is it?
Women are doing at home between $150,000 to $250,000 a year in domestic labor.
So you're saying women are doing $150,000 to $200,000 of unpaid labor?
Yes.
Have you thought about the unpaid labor that men do around the house? Construction, landscaping, plumber,
Yes.
electrician, pest control, security guard, IT support, chauffeur, mechanic, babysitter, etc.
That is such a fantastic point. Do you own a firearm?
No.
Would you date a guy who owns a firearm?
Yes.
Okay,
I have
you dated?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's interesting because you're saying, well, for you to have a full-time armed security guard, which is what women have, that's really expensive. Women basically have executive protection for free. That's unpaid labor. In fact, can I ask you a question? Husband should be willing to die protecting you.
Yes.
Take the bullet.
Yeah.
Would you do the reverse for him?
No.
If we're talking about unpaid labor, if I wanted to hire 24/7 security, that's hundreds of thousands of dollars a year.
You know,
I don't know where they're getting these numbers. Modern women they just love to, for some reason, vastly overestimate their value and what they actually bring to the table. Well, as a mom, you wouldn't go do it anyway. So we're not talking about you. So you didn't even have to put yourself in the conversation because you wasn't planning on doing none of that anyway.
You guys think it's cute to be like, oh, let me show you my car that I used to have. Oh, let me show.
Why do women think it's cute to bring up past relationships and talk about what they did and use that as a reference point to what they expect out of their man in the current relationship, despite the fact they obviously couldn't hold on to a man that treated them the way they wanted in the first place?
You should 100% be having Pound Town, bedroom activities, what have you, with your significant other at least 3 to 4 times a week at minimum. And a lot of people are really angry at this statement that I've been giving, and they're like, well, I don't have to say yes if I don't feel like it. You're absolutely right. I'm not saying like do it all the time just because your man wants it, but honestly, if you're not absolutely obsessed with your man and wanting to engage in bedroom activities with him, what the fuck are you doing in a relationship then? Honestly, like, why are you even with him still? Like, you need to evaluate that. And I can answer it for most of you. It's security. It's the fact that he brings a bigger paycheck if you're working also. He's probably paying the majority of the bills. He probably puts a roof over your head. It's literally you are comfortable living the way you're living with your significant other without engaging in activities. That's fucked up. Because I guarantee you that man didn't marry you to be celibate. He married you for something else. He married you because you were the love of his life and he enjoyed the activities with you. And now that you just shut them off because you settled with a man that you don't care to be with is wrong. It's wrong. And I don't care how you feel about this. I don't care what you say. If you say that's not true, that's not why I'm still, yes, it absolutely is. If you are not engaging in bedroom activities with your significant other 3 to 4 times a week, you cannot tell me that you didn't settle. Because I don't know about you, but I love bedroom activities with my man. I love doing all of the things with him. Oh, you want it this way tonight? Perfect. Put me there. Like, I don't care. I will look at him and be like, oh, let me jump your bones right now. And if you don't feel that way about your person, then obviously you're not with the right person. Just saying.
A video of my wife talking to her friends was shared with me by her girlfriend who really likes me. She always tells me that I'm too good for my wife. Well, at a girls' game night, my wife was asked whether she would marry me in the next life if possible. My wife had the heart to say that if she died, she wouldn't remarry me in the afterlife, and that she didn't have, if she didn't have kids, she wouldn't be married to me right now. Talking about she missed out on a lot of life already. I'm unsure whether to pursue marriage counseling or end the marriage. I haven't even found a way to tell her that I saw the video without exposing Patrice. Oh, sorry about that.
Damn, Patrice.
No, Patrice sent the video. Fuck. All right.
That's the crazy part. We're on live. See, this is the problem.
It's the problem with live. We can't
This is
edit
the
that
problem
out.
with fucking live, bro. You put it on live.
We can't edit that shit out, bro.
But Patrice not his wife. That's just the bitch who
I
sent the
get
video.
it, but no
now
matter
you give her
what,
card, you tell us exactly
I
who
ain't
she
say
is.
what city.
What's her last name?
Might as well tell her. Stop, man. All right, yeah, I fucked
Patrice,
up.
we see you at the live show.
Stop, man.
Single.
All right. Patrice is the one who's trying to fuck him. She sent the video. That shit corny. I get it.
you just snitched on, like, bro, you just
She
called
said Patrice trying to fuck him.
Oh my
I
God,
already said
bro.
Patrice.
But then you just said he said she trying to
So
fuck me.
listen, he said.
Bro,
Oh, no, stop.
Listen. He said it right here.
I understand.
Her girlfriend who really likes me, she always tell me. Oh, he didn't say that. She always tell me that I'm too good for my wife. Anybody say you too good for your wife when I fuck you?
No, 100%.
Now she didn't say she want to fuck you, so take that back.
No, we saying that.
No matter what, you said Patrice.
Yeah, but you saying Patrice said
But
it.
Patrice just said he too good for his wife. Maybe she just a kind
Patrice
person.
want to give him some.
Yeah, because she sent a video or girls' game night. That's shitey.
You think
in
that
itself.
if this watch his Talk Heavy, right? And then next thing you know, Talk Heavy is on the YouTube, and his wife happens to click on it, and then she's watching it, and
This
all
shit
of a
only
sudden,
gonna be on Patreon. He just told you the lives. It's about to only be on Patreon.
Yeah, hopefully Patrice get a membership.
Patrice gonna get beat the fuck up.
Yeah,
She
'cause-
just kind of snitched.
Yeah, but it's a good thing Bull probably not a ratting ass, because the only way Patrice gets beat up is if the Bull rat go to his wife and be like, "Yo, what the fuck is
Patrice
this?"
sent me that.
Yeah, Patrice sent me this. What the fuck is this? Then it causes an issue. But I think that the reason that he didn't do that is because he know he could fuck Patrice.
I know he probably wants to be anonymous, but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, she said what she said in the video. She did. She was in there talking sideways to her friends, and somebody sent a video. Regardless, now the woman, she was probably being messy. If we're taking them at their word, she was probably being messy and trying to stir up trouble. But we can take her and say, well, thank you for sending this to me, but I'm a married man and I'm not really interested in stepping outside of my marriage. But once again, I appreciate you sending this to me. And that woman might have sent that to him, I won't say out of the kindness, but maybe it was the kindness of her heart. Maybe she was just saying, I'm just looking out for you. That's what you're. If somebody said it about me, then I would want to know. So, I mean, just person to person, I'm just giving you a heads up. This is what your wife said. She talking crazy, right? Is it likely that she wanted him? Probably so. But like I said, we can put her to the side and say this woman was talking crazy. They talk crazy like this a lot of times. And when they get called out, then all of a sudden, well, how'd you find out? I found out because you was being lazy and you was being loose with your lips.
Yeah, something my dad always used to say, and I used to do too, because I can take accountability for my own actions. The moment a bitch hears the truth, she don't hear. The moment she starts hearing that's the truth and it lines up with her, she don't want to hear this anymore. That's the reason why that video blew up, was because so many people were mad, so many views on it, but the likes were mainly men. That's the problem right there. Y'all don't like the truth. And there's a very low percent of ladies in there that actually agreed with the fuck I was saying, because, you know, they listen. They put the 2 and 2 together. They realize I'm not talking about them. Because they're not. Why are they gonna get mad at what I'm saying about, which is a whole different category than women? Why would y'all sit there and be in the comments and get mad for if you're not why are you putting a label on your fucking self? Like, let's be fucking for real. Like,
ranking delusional beliefs women have about dating from fantasyland to sometimes true. I deserve a 6'4" CEO model who makes $100,000 a year. That man is like 0.01% of the population and has more options than you can even count. You are not competing for him. You are in line behind a million other women who have the exact same checklist. S tier. I only attract toxic men. At some point, you might want to look in the mirror, because if every guy you're attracting is toxic, you might be the pattern. You are either picking them or creating the toxicity yourself. B tier. Where are all the good men? Well, they're probably in your DMs right now, but you just called them nice or too boring. And look, maybe they are, but what you're asking for is there. But you won't look twice until you're 34 and the roster has dried up. C tier. I want a traditional man, but I am not traditional. She wants him to pay, lead, and protect, but cooking, cleaning, or submitting to anything, nah, that's oppression. Pick a lane. You can't have 1950s benefits with modern day expectations. S tier. I bring a lot to the table. Ask her what she brings to the table and she will buffer like a broken Wi-Fi connection. My presence, energy, and vibes, that's not a contribution, that is showing up. Meanwhile, her checklist for you is probably 3 pages long. A tier. I can change him. Here's the thing. Sometimes women do help men level up, but there's a big difference between bringing out his potential and building a man from scratch. One works, the other is just going to burn you out. D tier. All men are trash. She's not dating all men. She is dating the same guy with a different name 6 times in a row. I don't know about you, but after a while, maybe the trash collector is the problem here. A tier. If you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. This quote sometimes looks an awful lot like a red flag disguised as a standard. If her worst is emotional warfare at 2 a.m. and her best is tolerable for a weekend, run. C tier. Height doesn't matter. Says height isn't a big deal, but her Hinge bio says must be 6 foot minimum to ride. Her words and actions are living in 2 completely different zip codes. A tier. Men are intimidated by me. Sometimes they might not actually be intimidated and they just don't want the headache. Labeling yourself as intimidating sounds like a lot better of an excuse than just saying you're hard to deal with. B tier. Body count doesn't matter for women. Typically the ones that are saying this are the ones that don't want theirs to count against them. Tell that to any guy who's thinking long term and watch his face. If it really didn't matter, nobody would lie about it. A tier.
What does chair number 1 offer? Because all I see is some wide eyes and an elevated sense of worth.
Oh.
Solid 7 with makeup. Bet if you take that off, sheer 4, 5 at best.
Wow.
Oh my god.
You a 5.
Do you want to respond to that?
Oh, I just think men that talk like that, they don't have money, so. If you want to rate me, send me a screenshot of your bank account and then maybe.
Oh boy. So I guess he's asking, what do you bring to the table?
I'm a mother. I'm a mommy. Like, that's what I offer. Like cooking and cleaning, caregiving? No, I wouldn't cook and clean. I'm setting new standards for women.
Oh,
so.
you are young.
I'm sorry, but you're kind of giving these ideas for women to have these standards, which are more inclined for them to stay single.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with a man becoming a stepfather. With that said, I don't think that that is typically going to be viewed as a positive, because what you bring to the table, what you offer, I think a lot of men are going to view that as this could be a potential complication in our relationship. This could be a liability in our relationship.
Yeah, maybe.
Before you became a mother, what do you bring to the table?
I'm a business owner. Like, what do you mean?
Guys
Men
don't care about that
either.
And I don't care what they care about. That's just what I want.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. The video earlier, I hadn't even seen this clip. But now that I'm seeing it, y'all talking about what you can do and what you're going to do and what need to be done. Y'all not going to do it anyway. So we're not talking about you. We not talking to you because you wasn't going to do it anyway. Well, I'm a mom. Okay. So do you cook? Do you clean? What do you do? Well, I'm not going to do any of that. I'm setting this new standard for women. No. That's what these modern women have been wanting to do anyway. You just fall in line with what they want to do, and that's be lazy.
Man, modern women talk too much. Like, they don't know when to fuck up. Always got something to say. Always got an opinion on everything. Always got a response to everything a nigga say. Then tell me they want a man that's going to lead them. It's how I'm going to lead you when I can't even get you to shut up. I can't reach you if I can't teach you. And if you think you already know so much that I can't teach you, you know already aged out of any availability to me anyway. That's the real reason we like younger women. Yes, I want a woman that don't know, because a woman that don't know shit is in a learning mind state. She's in a position where she understands she needs guidance. Yes, I want a woman who's not experienced, because a bitch think because she got experience, she know everything. Bitch, all you know is heartache. All you know is rejection. You find me a woman that's in her 50s and 60s and she's alone, all she knows is rejection. All she knows is not being enough. All she knows is not measuring up. So what's the next thing she does? She blames men for all her. She says she's so good that she ain't never met a man that can handle her. Well, I don't want to handle you. I want to handle my finances. I want to handle my business. I want to handle these weights I'm lifting when I'm in the gym banging. I don't want to handle my woman. That's why older women are off limits to men who prioritize their peace. Them bitches don't know nothing about peace. If a woman knows about peace, some man has locked her down. Women at their hands peace, they don't get away. Don't let them go and don't let them show that they ain't being taken care of. Them the women who get taken care of, them the women who get catered to, them the women that got all them babies in them and they ain't even got to go to work. Them the ones right there, the peace providing women. Most of y'all don't know when to shut the fuck up. And really, shutting the fuck up is what you need to do about 80% of the time. You heard of the 80-20 rule? Well, I don't know what it means for a woman, but for a man, it means shut the fuck up 80% of the time, and then we can talk the other 20. And by we can talk, that means you can talk. The reality is this, man. If you have already built your life and a woman want to be in it, what the fuck she got to talk about? All she need to be doing is taking notes about her position in your life and where she fit. And if it don't fit, then you must quit. Talkative ass women.
You could have said women can't handle men who are extremely attractive. You could have even said women can't handle men who are confident and have boundaries that they set. But instead, you got on here and said women can't handle man baddies. If you don't sit your goofy ass the fuck down, and right after he said that stupid ass, he's gonna spin around in his chair like he actually said something. There are some things that men should just let the women have, right? And this is one of those things. When they make videos talking about men are trying to compete with women, it's motherfuckers like you that they're talking about. Any DL allegations that they were talking about all year, you just helped play into that with that stupid ass take. Leave the baddie to the ladies. As a man, you're better off going with a high value man, even if that pissed them off. It's better to use that term than to try to call yourself a baddie as a man.
Yeah, man, that's not the way to go. I see what you're trying to do, but that ain't the way to go, Doc. You need to delete that video, take that down, and try to regroup.
Men will keep doing for other people what's appreciated. They need to be appreciated a lot. So much of what stops happening is because we expect them to do it, and so we think they don't deserve appreciation for doing something they just should do, so we don't appreciate them.
Wow, you stop saying thank you.
We stop being thank you. Honey, thank you. Thanks for doing that for me. And this is where we take so many things personally that aren't personal. Like single focus, we take personally, he's ignoring me. No, he's ignoring everything but what he's doing, and he didn't have to do that. His brain did it for him. But so there's all these things we take personally, and then there's the things we don't take personally. That what they do for us, they do for us.
I saw this post and it said, "It's not gonna hurt me seeing you with someone else because I know who you are. But it's gonna hurt you seeing me because you know how I love." Oof. Chest tightness. Call the ambulance. Cold blue.
Twice. What did you learn going through that? Never work with women. Oh, come on.
There's truth in every joke. But it's a sad truth. Like, I will never be alone in a room with a woman that I work with. Like, ever again.
Why?
It's too risky. That case was dismissed twice, in 2 different states. And there's hardly no mention of it online. When that case was brought up, it was on every single blog, every single front page. And I lost so many brand deals, relationships off of a story that was not even slightly believable. She said I sacrificed a goat in a ritual. All people read was the headline, right? And that's all it takes to lose everything. That's a crazy concept. I lost millions of dollars off of an arbitrary story that some woman told. Like a crazy, crazy story that some woman told. So, with that being said, how can I be comfortable being in a room with a woman that I work with and not feel like she can just say whatever she wants? It's like, it's not worth it to me.
And honestly, I think this is the same type of sentiment that men say when they don't approach. Well, why don't men approach? Well, because you might not think it is, but the stakes are pretty high. It can get pretty dangerous. Well, I mean, the worst that she can say is no. No, for a lot of these modern women, the worst they can do is mess up your career. And that's exactly what they'll do. They'll mess up your career. They'll mess up your livelihood. They'll clown you in front of your friends and your family and your community. Who wants to go through that? And then they won't take accountability for it. And they'll say that, well, you know, stuff happens. Sorry it turned out the way it turned out. And you'll still be messed up from her foolishness because nobody will punish her.
No, until you start helping me around the house. I have decided that I am not going to have with my husband until he starts picking up more work around the house. Yes, I'm a stay-at-home mom, but it's a job. It's 100% a job, and I need help with certain things. Like yesterday, he was out doing wood all day long, and he could have been inside helping me with the house. But no. So now I have all this laundry to do. I have all these things. And I think that he should get off work. He just worked a 12-hour shift. I think he should get off work and he should help me with some of the priorities in the house. I'm gonna hold out until he does those things. So if he doesn't do them, then he doesn't get any.
Just wanted to come on here and tell you girls that your man is someone else's ideal man. You might think that your man might not be able to get anyone better than you. But I'm sorry to tell you, they could. They might not know it, but they could. We like to complain about our husbands that they're not doing enough, that they're lazy, that they need to take you out more, that they're just annoying. But trust me, to another woman, your husband might be the best, most amazing thing ever. Like literally what they've been waiting for their whole life.
I need at minimum 6 figures.
Oh,
So minimum 100K in Mobile, Alabama. That's like a millionaire, right?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much.
6 figures. So if he made 75K, you couldn't mess with him.
No. I provide a pretty luxurious lifestyle for myself and my child.
So what?
Anybody coming in matching or below me, it's just not gonna work.
And she's a principal of school, by the way. She's teaching the youth. Meanwhile, these perennial modern women cannot even fathom that making $75,000 a year in Mobile, Alabama still gives a person a lot of disposable income. If he's just not willy-nilly spending or spending all this luxurious ass stuff, he still has a lot of disposable income. So if you can combine your 100 and his 75, you have $175,000 and even more disposable income. But these bad wigged assassins live by what's mine is mine and what's his is mine. So they cannot fathom a lower income from a man, because how else is she going to afford the Walmart wig?
I mean, they get a little money and they forget what's actually important, which is why they're on Kendra G's show right now. Great for you for making $100,000, but like he said, where you're at looks like you already have a nice place to stay. Just judging based off of what I see in the background, you know, you get your hair done, even if it's a wig, you still get your hair done. So you Try to put yourself together. I respect that. So you're already doing what you need to do with a standard of living, luxurious. Now imagine saying, okay, I want to enhance that. I'm going to add 75K onto that. The rent is already paid. Even if you want to say, hey, babe, I would like you as a man to take over the bills. With his 75K, he could do that. And with your 100,000, you can spend it on everything else that you guys need. Investments, paying off debt, vacations, or maybe in the house. Hey, we need some more food. Now it's 3 of us instead of 2. We need a little bit more milk, right? I have a growing son or a growing daughter. We need a little bit more food. Hey, they eating us out of house and home. Let's go get a membership to Sam's Club or Costco, right? So now that money starts to come out of your pocket for an enhanced lifestyle. You're talking about luxury. You've got $175,000 to play with before taxes. Come on, man.
Explain to me why you don't want a man with a child.
I feel like that will come with too much drama.
So you wouldn't date yourself?
No.
How does it make sense to ask a man to accept something that
you would not accept yourself?
It's just what I want. I mean, I don't have no other answer for you.
No, you're a principal. You
This is scary.
You don't get to a principal about being educated.
Right.
That's a simple, basic answer. I want you to use your thought process right
Please,
now.
deduction,
and really answer this.
reasoning.
I'm not going to glide over this because you're
Rationale.
You don't become a principal without being intelligent.
Come on.
4 years ago, you didn't have with him, but you had with somebody else because you said your celibacy just began 2 years ago. So
Right.
as you was dating him, you was sleeping with somebody else?
Go ahead, Kendra.
It's called dating. We weren't in a relationship.
Yeah, because you didn't like him. This is what it comes down to. So the man that he was, I don't know what he lacked, but he made 6 figures, right? You're telling you,
Right.
I'm going for what you told me.
I thought you
And-
was going down the list. Okay.
No, he made 6 figures. You're saying yes, and he had no
Correct.
kids.
Correct.
And while he was dating you for 1.5 years, you was sleeping with another person.
Yes.
Get it, Kendra.
So the person you were sleeping with, did he not make 6 figures?
That's irrelevant.
No, it what?
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Because
But
that's
she
what
was
a
a
man
liar.
That doesn't make 6 figures. You will have
It's called
a baby by you will have a
dating.
baby by a man who doesn't make 6 figures.
Kendra Samuels.
Now you got these other requirements of a man that you've never met. So that guy must have didn't make 6 figures that you were sleeping with while the 6-figure guy was dating.
Dog, accountability is kryptonite to these women. They can't stand the smell of their own. Shout out to Kendra for holding her feet to the fire. I don't think that I've ever seen Kendra hold a woman feet to the fire this much.
At some point in time, first of all, well, let me say this. You wouldn't have known that Kendra would have started pulling that stuff out. So you'd have gotten on the call talking about what you want. Modern women, this is once again, this is what we get for our education for modern women. This is what we get. They go to school and this, she's a principal. So we're not even talking about somebody with an art degree or degree in gender studies. This is somebody that is head of a school, I assume. You're in education. So I would think that you would be able to reason, hey, I want this and this is why. You're teaching kids, hey, this is how you use your mind for the greater good. And here you are saying, I don't want to use my mind for the greater good. I don't want to do that. This is what we get for education. Number one. Number two, at some point in time, for my own sake, to save face for myself, I would have cut that interview off. I would have, okay, you know what? It's clear to me that I have some things that I need to think about. I need to go back to the drawing board. Kendra, you raised some great points, and I think I'm going to go ahead and disconnect. I think I'm going to go ahead and disconnect now. You have a good night. The people are going to eat you up in the comments, but at least there are going to be some people saying, yeah, well, at least she said, she needed to go back to the drawing board, so she took accountability. But you continue to go on with ignorance and foolishness. Come on, man.
Wow.
Why would I do
that?
that?
Should be bare minimum for the girl that you're sleeping with. Like your woman, it's like if I
Whoa. Because you know what we're talking about. If because I'm sleeping with her, I should pay for her nails and her hair. You know what that's called? It's called. It's a favor for a favor. I don't do that.
It's all prostitution.
I don't trick. So
No,
if
you
she
don't
would,
trick.
if she want me, she got to for free, right? Which means she because she like me, not because I'm doing this and I'm doing that. As soon as I start doing this and doing that, that's why she's doing it. If the just with me and me and I ain't got to do nothing and she just like who I am, then yeah, later down the line, I'll do that for you once I know that you're giving me yourself because you like me, not because I'm doing these things. But if I do these things, I don't know if you like me, you like these things. I don't know. I'm weird. I like a woman to like me. How would I know if a woman likes me if I'm doing all that? The only way I can know if a woman likes me is if I don't do anything but give her me and she stick around. Right? Are you comprehending what I'm saying?
No, because
How?
sometimes she could just be like the finesse game. Like it's like a bailing thing. Like, oh, he keep trying to act like he don't like me. He keep trying to act like he don't like me like that. He's not giving me nothing. I'm gonna show him.
Do y'all hear her?
I'm gonna show him. I'm gonna show him. I don't think that means she really likes you.
What's your age?
30 something.
35. How long have you been together?
About 5 years.
Are you two married?
I wouldn't have it any other way.
How long have you been married?
About a year.
How do you guys handle the bills at home?
Oh my God.
Man, I take care of them.
So you're the breadwinner?
Yeah.
No, we both are. She's my motor to win the bread.
If you both are, why don't you just split it 50-50 down the middle?
Fuck no, sorry.
I mean, bro, you gotta pay to have this. I mean, you can't have this and expect 50-50.
As a man, you have to pay to play?
I wouldn't say pay to play, but you gotta appreciate a woman, you know?
Well, because I make the plate. I make it. I cook it every day, so.
Do you think it's fair that you just get to show up, look pretty?
No, I work too. It's just that he does like the most, and I make a little less, but with a lot of love. Sorry for my English.
Why did you always feel like it was a man's job to provide and pay for everything?
No. She doesn't feel like that. I don't feel like that. She does her part. I do my part. We're a family of how many, babe?
We have 5 kids.
You have 5 children.
So she does her part. I do my part.
One child a year?
We've been working, man.
This one is a weird one because you look at her, the way she's dressed, but she's actually pretty goofy. Like you can, in my opinion, certain people, when they start getting certain things, they want to be certain ways, right? I know I said certain. So let me see if I can try to break it down. She looks like somebody that would take her children to Disney, and she would be, I say corny, but I say it loosely because it's like, well, you know, they talk about dad jokes. Well, she probably have mom jokes. Right? And so stuff like this, because he's making a little money, he might be a nerd himself. They look like they go together. They sound like they go together, right? He might be a certain way. She might be a certain way. I don't know. I've never even seen their page. I don't even know where they're from, right? But the vibe that I get from her is she's not like a supermodel, or she's not like one of those. And I'm not defending, you know, the way that she's dressed. I wouldn't, my woman wouldn't be doing that, to be honest with you. And I have nothing to say about it. But she's not one of those prima donnas that doesn't do anything. When I have a feeling that she does a lot around the house and at home, and she helps him to grind. When they said they had 5 kids, I was thinking, yeah, that's about right. I don't know if I would have put it at 5, but she's putting in work. She's pretty busy, right? So he's like, okay, I mean, she's showing her value. She's showing her worth. Why not? Why not go out here and bust my behind to make it for my family? And most men feel that way. Why not bust my behind to make it for my family? Men do this every year, day in and day out. Even if they don't have a woman, they have a child. Bust my behind to make it for my family. Even if they don't have any kids yet, it's just them. This is what I want my future to look like. So I'm out here working. I'm out here grinding, just making sure I'm in position to when I get an opportunity, I can take full advantage of it. So, you know, congratulations to them. Many more years. I'm hoping that you guys stay married and are successful.
So I was talking with this old man the other day, and I asked him, I said, how you feel about being cheated on? He says, it happens. But just always remember, the game ends when the king falls, not when a pawn takes your queen.
So here's a little relationship advice. At some point, your woman is going to be more responsible than you are. She'll be more responsible for the fights, for the arguments, and for the headaches.
Why do you do this all the time?
And she'll probably be responsible for the accident we're about to be in.
Are you stupid?
I just shit my pants.
What does Daddy make you say in the morning before leaving the house?
Reach up high, touch down low. If anything shows, for change your clothes.
Why? Why does he make you say that?
Because if your clothes are loose enough to make you look like a lady, but tight enough to know you're a woman.
I like it.
You need to figure out what the fuck you want. Women need to come together. I don't understand how women have a T app specifically revolved around talking about every man that they've ever dated, but they don't have an app to talk to each other about their mentality or why they think the way that they do. So how the fuck do you legitimately go 5 to 10 years talking about how men need to stop being disrespectful and catcalling and men need to respect women, and then in the same breath turn around when you're not getting validated and not getting attention and go, men are weird because they don't talk to women anymore. Men aren't men anymore because they don't approach girls. When y'all are literally the reason for that. Y'all need to start being accountable, and I know you don't know what accountability is. Men used to force you to be accountable back in the day, and they gave you way too many fucking rights, and now you're walking around mindlessly and aimlessly, not knowing how to operate in the world. But you need to get your together. You need to know that you're a dunce, and if you don't like what men are doing, look at what women have done to cause men to be that way.
Don't do crazy stuff like go through your phone. That's how I know y'all are irrational people. Irrational people, because you don't really have a reason to go through his phone. That's why we think you crazy, because the reason you give us, no, they're not really doing something wrong. It's just you're crazy. You're crazy. You know why? You want to know why I know you're crazy for going through the phone? You're going through the phone because you don't have evidence that he's doing something wrong. And instead of going, maybe my good, you go, getting better at lying. And you go look for something that could piss you off. That is I'm telling you, fellas, the only reason why they do it, because they're crazy. They are delusional. They love to hurt. I'm gonna tell you what they do. Think about it. One of their favorite things, fellas, don't you ever stop lying to them, because one of their favorite things, women love to catch you in a lie. It's their favorite shit. And if you never lie to them, they never get the opportunity, but you'll never get the opportunity. If I stop lying, you go through the phone. Why are you not listening? What's happening? I'm telling you, they don't hear what you're saying. They don't hear it. It's a lot of phones being going through right now because he's telling the truth. He should have just lied. I should have just lied. I'm telling you, they are addicted to the feeling. They enjoy catching you in a lie. They catch you. If a woman doesn't like catching you in a lie, then explain to me why every time they do, they smile. Anytime your woman catches you in this lunch, you're like, where were you? Oh, no, I was at Jason's house. He said Jason's house. Happy as I don't know what that feeling is. It must feel good. Whatever that feeling is, it must feel tremendous, because y'all are addicted to it. You want to know how I know you're addicted to it? Because you act like addicts. You know what I've never seen an addict do? Take one hit and go about their fucking day. You know what I've never seen? A woman confront you after the first lie. She knows you weren't at Jason's house. She can easily say, stop right there. Stop lying. I know you weren't over there, and this is how I know. Is that what she's going to say? Of course not. She's going to go, so what were you and Jason doing over there at Jason's house? Because she needs another hit. They sick. They are sick. Delusional as fuck.
one wants your man. No one wants your man. We promise you are safe. And there are some women who are saying, no, you can't borrow my husband because why would you want to? Social media has made you all very paranoid, and it's made you all very self-centered. No one wants your man. I promise you, your man is safe. It's okay. She just wants someone to help put the TV up for her. Now, if you're one of the men saying, no, you can't borrow me, you're just as self-centered. You're just as selfish, and you also are not contributing to community either. My friends matter to me. I love them. I care about them. And so I want to help them when I can. Now, I am not like my husband. My husband is 6 foot. My husband is tall. My husband is strong. I am not. So if my friends need help moving something that's hundreds of pounds, I'm not going to be of value. I'm not going to be of use. My husband will, though. And because I care about my friends, my husband should care about my friends, too. My husband should be willing to help and offer because he cares about me and because I care about them. That is a package deal when you are extensions of one another.
For any of you guys that saw the "Can I borrow your husband" video, you guys know that this woman was like bent over asking like, can we normalize borrowing your husband? Because of that, to me, I don't think that you can utilize the comments as some sort of proof of any kind of analyzation of anything. The reason why men are having a problem with this video is that they are once again feeling like they are only valued for what they can do for you and your friends. He is only valued for putting up a TV or doing other manly things around the house. But what really stinks is that a lot of men end up going through them not being asked directly or them not even having the opportunity to volunteer for it. They are just told to do it. They are expected to do it, which ends up cutting right through the thing that is most important to men, which is appreciation. Because guess what? If he feels like you expect it, he is never going to feel appreciated. It is not that they're self-centered, it's that your approach is terrible and you need to work on it.
I keep my body to myself for a reason. I am a temple. I do not share myself with people, especially if I don't know them. My phone was stolen and broken. I had no way to get home.
Now, first and foremost, before I get into this topic, I need you to understand that I understand the severity of SA, rape, and people doing things to women. I do understand the severity of how bad it is and how normalized it's become. Yes, there's a lot of stats that show how many men do rape women and get away with it. You can look at the stats. I do advocate for men's mental health. I do advocate for good women as well. The one thing I want to explain to a lot of you women, and I'm not saying this to be malicious or mean or nothing like that, but again, you guys are going to take this video however you want. If I didn't say something with my own mouth and you go and accuse me of, oh, you feel this way and oh, you want this to happen, I never said that. So if you want to do that to yourself and work yourself up in the comments, that's on you. I'm a very blunt person and I'm very direct. If I wanted to say something, I would say it. What are you going to do? Jump to the screen and get me? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make any sense. I'm very opinionated and I want to talk about this because I do care about women's safety. I've definitely experienced certain things like this. I know a lot of women who have experienced this. And when I was in California, I know somebody very close to me who even had somebody try to abduct them. One of the things I do not have is I do not like going to parties. I do not like going out. I do not like being out in the limelight. Yes, I do social media. Yes, I've been a content creator for a long time, but I do not do these events. Why? Because I don't trust nobody. I don't want to get intoxicated with people I do not know. Am I accusing any of these men of any of those things? No, but I do understand how people act when they get drunk. And here's my biggest thing to a lot of women. Be careful how you portray yourself online. If you're watching her gestures, she's pretending to do stroke motions and licking motions. She's also dancing and grinding all over all these guys. This is not just one video of Neon. There's multiple men. And then you see other ones where she's holding all these guys. When you do stuff like that and you portray yourself as a woman like that, you know what you're going to invite a lot of men. Am I saying that it's okay for a man to do that to you? Fuck no. That is not anything I'm saying whatsoever. But if I am showing men I'm super easy to be touched and super easy to, what do you think they're going to do? When men know you're naive and men know you're the type of woman that's going to do that, guess what they're going to do? Fall into your lap and do those type of things and think it's okay. Why do you think when I meet guys, they always think I'm GAY? I can't say that on here. They always think I'm a lesbian, even though I'm not, because I dab them up or I'd be like, oh, what's up? Cool. I don't like guys getting too close to me because I know how men are. I have 5 brothers and I've been around men my whole life. And this is somebody who's been around men trying to help you. I'm not saying wear certain clothing. I'm not saying dress a certain way, because we all know there's men out here who are great fucking kids. They've even touched people in the freaking morgues. So we know they have no type of, selection when it comes to stuff like that, especially sick men. Look at P. Diddy. He'll even cram a man's buns. So we know that there's sickos out there. For a society of women who see how bad men are, not all men, some men, Why do you guys still put yourselves in these type of situations? I'm not blaming you whatsoever, but aren't you more cautious with what you do? Why don't you guys stop drinking? Why don't you guys stop going around men you don't know? Just because people are content creators doesn't mean they're good people. We see people that are in the limelight all the time, more money, richer. I feel like the richer somebody is, the easier they can pay somebody off to do something. That's my mindset. I've been so tainted with a lot of things in life to the point where I don't even think somebody that's that rich would take care of me and have my back. Isn't that sad? But it's true. But I'm very cautious about what I do because one, I know how I look. I know men would gravitate towards me and I've seen it before. I used to be super friendly. That didn't get me nowhere. It really didn't. So I'm telling you ladies now, take care of yourselves. Be careful. I'm not saying don't go have fun. I'm not saying don't wear that crop top and that cute little outfit. Because if you guys look at my page, you can see I love wearing crop tops. I love, wearing certain outfits. I go to the gym for a reason. I'm not sitting here and accusing Talio or any of these content creators of anything, because one thing people are doing is they're accusing Talio of doing stuff to her, but I've watched 4 videos of her crying, moving to the camera, and then there was no tears, and then she didn't even mention Talio. So I'm wondering why everybody's even bringing up a content creator that she didn't mention. And then my biggest thing with a lot of you ladies, I'm sorry to say this, I really am. From somebody who's experienced something so heavy, I have never came on social media and talked about it. You would never catch me coming on social media and saying something so private, if that makes sense. I wouldn't want to go into detail. I wouldn't want people reminding me of this. I wouldn't want people to throw this in my face later. This is something I would take to the grave. I've always been the take to the grave type of person. I know we're all different and people like to say, oh, well, this is for justice. Then why didn't you name the person before the video even started and that was it? I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but a lot of the times women, you guys come to social media first and then what do you think is going to happen? It's very hard to believe a lot of these cases sometimes because the brick lady and all these women, the DoorDash lady, if you look at the police report for the DoorDash lady, it literally says on the police report, she opened the door. She's sitting here saying that man exposed herself. No, on the police report, she opened the door. The brick lady said a man beat her up, hit her with a brick. The police report says the opposite. Nobody touched that woman. You see what I'm saying? Stop coming to the internet with things until you have all your proof. I'm not saying don't come to the internet at all. You know what I mean? Do what you want. But if you're going through a lot of stuff after grape, you know what that does to you psychologically? That's why I don't really believe some women sometimes. Because if you've ever been raped, you know the severity of it. You're not going to come outside. You're fearful. You're definitely not going to come online. I don't understand coming to social media, what it's going to do for you. I would wait until I got the police report. I would wait until the courts finalized everything. That man was behind bars or that man had a restraining order or something to that extent. That way, when I came online, I could be like, hey guys, now let's talk about it. This person did this to me. This person did this. And I have all the proof here. Not to be disrespectful, you do what you want to do, but I really feel like a lot of women nowadays have to be very careful of what they do because of the people that we're around. The world is getting sicker, ladies. I'm not saying this to be malicious. I'm not saying this to hurt your feelings. I'm not saying this because I think she's lying. I don't know whether she's lying or not. But I really don't fully believe it. I'm like half and half because I want to believe a lot of women. When I see you guys say certain things, I want to believe it. But because I've been on social media so long and I've worked with a lot of cases like this, I see a lot of lies. And it's very hard to go, yep, you know what? She's right. Because every time I do defend you guys, I was right from the jump. The brick lady, I made a video on the brick lady first defending her. And then when I started looking at the whole thing, I've been in fights. I've had a lot of stuff happen to me. And I'm like, wait. I've been hit before in my head and I've even had a knot on my side of my face, but it was bleeding. It made my whole eye purple. I'm thinking, how did she have that? But it didn't flare or nothing. It just stayed like that and there was no gashes. Come to find out, I make another video. I get crucified on social media when I ended up being right. Every video I've ever made defending a woman, they always ended up turning out to be a fucking liar. And then every time I make a video stating why I don't believe them, I get crucified and get my accounts taken down when I didn't say nothing but how I felt in the truth. And then they end up being a liar. I don't believe everybody because of the social media that we see nowadays and how people do things for views. And then when I'm watching these videos of this girl, why are you doing all that on people? Why are you dancing on people? Why are you twerking on people? I'm sorry, y'all. I love dancing. I love all that stuff, but I would never go to a place where there's content creators and start dancing and twerking on everybody. You would never catch me doing that. I'd be cool with everybody. I'd be chopping it up, talking to everybody, but you wouldn't see me giving groupie vibes. I'm not that type of female. So like I said, you portray yourself as a certain way, it's only going to invite people to do evil things to you. I'm not saying that's always the case, but you got to be cautious with how you present yourself to people. I'm sorry. I'd rather have more of a tough exterior that makes men think I'm a lesbian, even though I have a boyfriend. So that way, men are scared to be around me. Men even tell me all the time, you're so intimidating. I used to be friendly. This is why I learned from this. I've went through so much stuff with men to the point where I'm always like this with men. No, I'm cool, man. I'm cool, bro. Bro, dog. I'll call you guys dogs and bro, so you understand I'm not trying to be on that. I don't want to be cool with you. Oh, can I get a hug? No, thank you. I leave men exactly where they are because I know how some of you guys are. Are all men like this? No. We're only talking about toxic men. And women, pay attention to what you're doing.
This is a conversation I was just having with my wife. I don't ever go to a party. I don't think I've ever been. I think I went once. And I said when I went, I could have been at home playing 64. I'll never go to another party again. And I didn't. Because it was people sitting around drinking. And I just, in my mind, the way that I thought about things, or the way I think about things is like, you can't control it. There's too many variables. And when you get in a situation like this, where people are drinking, if you go to a club, you just don't, if you go to a bar, you just don't know what people are going to do. That's why you have a designated driver or people that are going to look out for you, because you just don't know. Man or woman, people do some weird stuff. They might not do it when they're sober, but when they get drunk, they're like, now I'm about to cut up and act a fool. And you don't want to be around that. You don't want to be around people making bad decisions. You don't want to get so intoxicated that you make bad decisions. You don't want to get so intoxicated that you lose your ability to make decisions. It's very serious, right? And like she said, you don't want to present yourself in a certain way to make people think, oh yeah, she's down. So when you're intoxicated, people can say, oh yeah, well, she was giving me signals and signs all night. And I walked up to her and, she seemed like she wanted to do it. And a woman's waking up like, what? No, I didn't. That was just me playing. That was just me I was just joking. I didn't know he was going to do X, Y, and Z. And I couldn't stop him. Well, probably not, because you didn't even know what was happening. You have to be careful. This is a serious situation. You ought to take your safety and your security a little bit more seriously than what you have been.